The getElementsByClassName method belongs to the document object, and it allows you to gather up all the elements in the page, or all the elements that are a descendant of a particular element that have a specific class name. And that list that you wind up with is an HTML collection, which is an array-like object. It's not an array, but it's an object that has a length property. So here, I'm creating this list items variable, and I'm assigning it to document.getElementByClassNames, and I'm passing it the name of the class day. If you look at the markup, you'll see there are 5 elements with the class day. So here I wind up with an object that has 5 items in it, and each one is an element with the class of day. And then I can just loop through those items. Now, I'm just giving you 2 ways you could go about it. You can certainly do it your own way, but here I'm just using a for loop. I'm using the variable I, which is set to 0, and I'm setting it here to say as long as it's less than the length of list items. Let's, for each item in this collection, let's create a paragraph tag and append it to the DOM. So here is the first list. This is actually what you see in the markup, the actual list here. But then list number 2, we're creating here, and it's simply mimicking all of the elements in list number 1. I'm getting all the elements with the class name of day, and I'm creating list number 2. And list number 3, I'm doing pretty much the same thing, but I'm doing it a different way. I'm using the jQuery each method, which is a little bit simpler way of iterating over something that has a length. So I'm saying for each of the list items, and then in my callback, I get an item, and then once again I'm building a paragraph tag and injecting into the DOM, and that winds up being list 3. So the key with getElementsByClassName is to just remember that this right here returns an array-like list. It's an object that has a length property and can be iterated over. And then once you have a reference to it, you want to do something with it, and you'll probably want to iterate over it and examine each one and output it or append it to the DOM. But just know that getElementsByClassName returns an array-like object.